Fucking work. Come on, Twitch. Do something besides suck. Fucking work. There we go. Alright. Facebook. Twitter. And the Contact. Whatever the hell that is. Probably Russian. Pretty sure it's Russian. Alright, so... Sorry. I know I'm supposed to do whatever, you know, not live stream, pre-stream. But I don't know what to talk about. Like, what the hell are you supposed to talk during a pre-stream? I know DSP just whines and complains that he has no money, even though someone's done the math and he has a shit ton of money. So I'm not exactly sure what I'm supposed to talk about. Oh, how do you check? I got no one watching anyway, so I guess it doesn't really matter what I say or do. God, this is fucking boring. And I'm gonna do a couple things real quick. Yeah, I don't feel like waiting anymore. Alright, we're gonna start. Continue. Upload. Do it now. I'm really getting sick of that alarm. Seriously, this music violates the Geneva Convention in some way, I'm sure of it. It's been a bit since I've done my morning exercises. Maybe I'd better do those, make sure I don't get rusty over here. Can't go outside and run, at least not without one of the ladies, and I don't want to wake them up, as I don't think I hear them moving yet. Guess I'll do some push-ups and sit-ups and stuff for a while. Workout. Workout. Phew, not too bad for taking a few days off. It's part broken in half. Terrible. I think sometime during my workout I heard the girls get up and start doing their routine as well. Should probably take this time to get a shower before Jean gets in there. Not that the view wasn't pleasant yesterday. But I get the feeling too many unplanned encounters of the disrobed variety might get me some hot water. And not the literal sense of a shower. Another good reason to work up an early morning sweat is the shower. I'll be the first to admit that our bases aren't exactly perfect when it comes to getting hot water through the pipes of the showers. But at least it eventually gets there. Not here. I could crank the hot faucet all the way to Starcash coffee levels and they'd still get hit by some Arctic level water. First time I tried to shower here, I waited and then finally just forced myself into the glacier falls. I'm glad none of the girls have wanted in on me at least. Explaining shrinkage is the last thing I want to do here in Korea. Okay, second to last thing, next to dying by glorious leaders to Korea. Terrible. Okay, that's as clean as I'm gonna get. Time to toss on my silkies and see what we're doing today. Oop, Unji cooked up something good. I'm a tad hungry here. Damn it, I also feel really guilty complaining about being hungry in a land that appears to be in a state of perpetual starvation. If this leader is so glorious, then how come he's got a land of scared, hungry people following him? I think I'm in between that area of still having a lot to learn and possibly knowing too much. Neither seems to be a safe state of mind in this country. Anyway, someone's moving about in the kitchen area. Time to go look. Good morning, James. Hope you're well today. Yeah, feeling pretty good at the moment. Exercised some, got cleaned up, thought I'd see what was cooking in here. I'm starting to like this whole kimchi thing. Hey, that's what I like. I'm getting sick of kimchi with every meal. Nice to see you are finally admitting it. Of course, I already knew, but that's still a pleasure to hear it from your own voice. Was it that obvious? You ate 3 bowls last night, I'd say it was. Well, Gunny says I'm a growing boy, then he makes me run. Guess it's the girth. That's what they say about Americans. What? Oh, never mind, just talking to myself. Well, anyways, what's Unji got cooking for us? Speaking of which, where is she? I believe she was looking for something in her room, but was having a hard time finding it. Maybe you should go help her out. Are you sure that's a good idea? She might not want me snooping around her room. It's not snooping if she's there. Go ahead and help her. I'll get the table set. The quicker you help her find what she's looking for, the quicker we get to eat. Well, okay, I guess. I see this not going well. I go back to the hall where the rooms are, and it's not that long a walk. How to go about this? Zhang mentioned you needed assistance. Needed some help there, Unji? Cup check. Ow. No, maybe not the last one. Get to the door, I close my eyes inside. Dealing with Unji can be mentally taxing. I slowly step in and open my eyes and instantly choke on the words I had so carefully prepared in my head. Oh, damn. Even Michelangelo couldn't have sculpted such a beautiful... Oh, wait, it's Unji. Oh, God, no, it's Unji in a compromising position. She'll kill me. Wait, I don't think she's noticed me yet, which is good because I don't think I'd live long enough to... I'd live to enjoy playing this scene in my head if she knew I was here. Better back up slowly. Good, good, I'm almost out the door. I may just live to tell my grandchildren about this day. Good to see you and James are finally getting along, Unji. Zhang, are you kidding me? Oh God, here goes any chance of having children. I'm not sure who to kill first, the perverted peeping Tim, or the loudmouth older sister. Terrible. But then killing him seems too kind. It's not like that. Unji, I didn't know. I'm going to... Unji, I swear I wasn't peeping. Yes, you were. Ah, Zhang, you got me into this. You're both dead. It was just a second, I didn't see much. He was totally staring. Like, for minutes. I'm getting attacked from both sides here. Let's calm down and act rational here. Just admit, you were comparing her ass to Renaissance sculptures already. Wait, how the hell did you know that? I'll kill you! Ow. But secretly, I think this is a trap. Could have warned me. Be quiet and pass me the gauze. I'm thinking this is a trap, like the way she acts, all flirty, but then she gets super serial at times. This is a trap. Okay, so where did Unji learn to kick like that? Any? Ow! What? Did you think I wouldn't sanitize it first? And all loyal Koreans are instructed in martial arts during our school education. You should have just been glad I didn't go for a low kick. My grandkids will thank you for that one day. I'll need to change again, though. I think I got blood on my shirt. Well, it sounds like you didn't deserve it. Oh, Unji, there's so little you know about boys. This is why you didn't get asked to the May Day festivities. Blah, festivities. I'm going to have to side with Zhang on this one. Fine. How would you like it if I watched you get changed then? Honestly, it wouldn't bother me. I think enough men have seen my junk since I joined the Marine Corps to last me a couple lifetimes. What about women? I'm not walking into that trap. I just like to avoid getting another kick to the face. At least he learns. Really? Just wait for tomorrow, CG. Oh, what? I like that they break the fourth wall a bunch. That's hilarious. Well, I'm going to take a shower now, so stay out! Oh, I forgot. Could you get the anti-swelling medicine from Unji? Nope. No, wait. Nuh-uh. Probably a good idea. It didn't fit in the budget anyway. What are you talking about? Injured Korean secret. Anyway, let's go prepare the table for breakfast. Saw that coming. Terrible. Breakfast is over, and we even managed to get through it without Unji attacking anyone. Probably good because it's probably good they keep the weapons locked up. God forbid I walk on an Unji field stripping her rifle or something. After cleaning up, Zhang presents the failure map to me again. So which date are you picking today? Wait, why is Unji's bedroom written on here and then crossed off? This is the idea of a joke, was to list my bedroom as date routes after the incident this morning. However, as this is not an Iraj, I crossed it out. Are you saying this was an Iraj you wouldn't have crossed it out? Pick a date already! Can do. Let's see. Yesterday I hung out with Zhang, so let's hang out with... No. Yeah, let's hang out with Unji. Where does Unji want to go? Pablo or Yangako? What's up here? Oh, we already did that, didn't we? Alright. No. No, go to Nippon. So it's either there or there. Don't quant. It sounds a very, very odd name for a place in East Asia. I've got to see what's behind this. Curious as how a place called Pueblo ended up on a map of Korea. Care to explain? I can do better than that. I can show you. Get dressed and we'll go there. I never actually said I wanted to go there. Too late. No back takes. We're going and that's final. that's take-backs, and I can't take anything back because I didn't ask in the first place. You may as well give up. Going to Pueblo is one of Unji's favorite tour destinations. If you don't go willingly, she'll just drag you there anyway. Can you give me the gist of what's there, at least? It may be better to just let you see for yourself. I don't want to spoil Unji's... What? Unji has fun outside of picking on me and tormenting... Oh. Tormenting her comrades? Of course she does. She also tortures me. That's not tormenting, Zhong. That's sisterly affection. Stealing my clothes and towel from the base's shower room and forcing me to chase you is not showing affection. I've only done that once. No, you've done it 11 times, and it wasn't funny or cute even once. I'd beg to differ on the cute part. See, even American over there thinks it would be funny. I didn't say funny. No, he said cute, which means his mind is thinking something rather dirty. Guilty as charged, Comrade Commissar. Ha ha, very funny. If you assessed your commander in the Korean People's Army, you'd be shot. Terrible. That wasn't sarcasm. What? Even my humor isn't bad enough to get me shot? I suggest you try it while we're out today and see where it gets you. Anyway, go get dressed while I call the driver. Ma'am, yes ma'am. Well, time to take a quick shower and get dressed so that I can see what this big surprise is all about. What you just took a shower. Oh, I guess you get blood on your face. If Unji is excited about it, then I'm both curious and scared at the same time. Showered and clothed? Check. Wallet? Check. Cell phone? Damn it. I'm as ready as I'll ever be then. Do all the Americans take so long to get ready? What are you talking about? I was gone all of 10 minutes tops, including shower. And you'd have been whipped 5 times for being 5 minutes over the limit. You mean to tell me you get ready in 5 minutes? That's surprising considering the state of your room. I'd imagine it'd take you at least that long to even find your shoes. Why is that? Don't Westerners get ready in 5 minutes? Hell no. They don't. I mean, shit, my sister takes 30 minutes just to put on her makeup, let alone pick out what she wants to wear. Of course, then again, you have an advantage in that you already know to wear your uniform. He does have a point. On days off, it does take me a couple extra minutes to pick between the 3 acceptable off-duty blouses I own. Yeah, you're pretty annoying that way. But still, 5 minutes, that doesn't see... Stop wasting time! The driver is waiting! And with that, Unji grasps my hand full force and drags me out at the front door. What is it with these girls dragging me by the hand? Though I guess it beats her barking orders at me and kicking me in the face. Stop dragging your toes. 1, 2, 1, 2. It's like she can read my mind. Scary, I tell you. Once outside, I can see the car waiting. The driver is watching our approach and pretty sure he's snickering at Unji, dragging me around like an overstuffed rucksack. I can walk my own, you know. Perhaps. But you don't seem capable of doing it in a timely manner. Besides, it's not worth arguing with Unji. I give her the raised eyebrow salute before hopping into the familiar backseat of the car. To Pueblo. Driver? Driver grants response as he starts the engine up. You know, it wouldn't kill you to say please to the poor guy. He does have to drive us to our destination and then sit around in the car until we get back. Not necessarily. Clearly stated might call him for in between. Anyway, he is a subordinate. It is not necessary to show courtesy to a subordinate. They might start expecting it or something if you start doing that. You do realize that you're not showing courtesy to the man who could literally drive us off a cliff or something, right? For Peach's sake, if it will make you happy, I'll thank him. Thanks for driving us, comrade. And for my effort, his response is the same damn grin he gave before. He said thanks. Can we talk about something else now? Sure. How about telling me what Pueblo, whatever, is, because I'm pretty sure it's not anything like the city in Colorado. Pueblo is part of a museum in Pyongyang. A museum of the greatest importance to our national pride and history. Sounds interesting, but why in the world would part of it be called Pueblo? That's a Spanish name and the name of an Indian tribe in the U.S. Probably crazy, but I don't think your relatively sparse international ties include Spain or Indians. You aren't crazy, we didn't name it ourselves. If we didn't name it, then who did? I don't know the name of the individual who named it, but I'm relatively certain that he was a member of your government. I don't get it. Why would a member of government name some part of the museum for Korea? He didn't name it for us, we got it named that way it was. You can't piece it together from that, you'll understand in about 10 minutes as we're not far from our destination. Got to piece together. Named by someone in American government, and it came to a Korea named that way. It was donated by us? And we named it for ourselves and not the Koreans' sake. I'm thinking we donated it. Wait, oh, fuck me. I think I know what this might be, and I don't like it. Whose museum we're going to? It wouldn't happen to be related to military operations, would it? Why, yes. You seem to be making progress. We're going to the Pyongyang Victorious War Museum. That's really only one branch of the United States military that places such pomp and circumstance on naming individual vessels. You're taking me to see a Navy ship, the USS Pueblo, to be precise. Maybe you aren't as dumb as I thought. You're precisely correct. The USS Pueblo is a symbol of one of our country's greatest victories over capitalist oppression. Well, maybe I can let some of my seaman buddies know how it's faring in captivity. Stop whining. The only reason we haven't scrapped it is because it's still commissioned. Wait, so the Navy still hasn't decommissioned the ship? I mean, if this was some recent incident, I'd have heard about it. It must be pretty old. Why bother keeping a commission on it? Probably because it's more advanced than anything they got. I don't know why. At one point, there was discussion of returning the ship to your country, but those talks fell through. You're like trying to give it back when it's been turned into a museum. Who says I want our country to give it back? Suddenly, I'm really not looking forward to this excursion. Anyway, I guess I'll get to see your country's side of the events. The true side, yes. The rest of the short car ride is completed in silence, though I'd say it was only comfortable sounds for Unji. I mean, yeah, the Marine Corps has a little bit of inter-service rivalry with the Navy, but in the end, they're still brothers in arms or our family. The pervy uncle no one talks about, but still gets invited to Thanksgiving member of the family, to be sure, but still family. So I am just a bit pissed that one of our ships is being floated in some dumpy North Korean harbor as a tourist trap. Possibly a little trap at that. This is not going to be an easy excursion. As I'm trying to figure out my marching orders for this date, my thoughts are scattered and suddenly I'm yanked from the car. Enough daydreaming about my sister. We're here. You sure I wasn't daydreaming about you? That made her blush. Good. Why did you go and say something stupid like that? Of course you're dreaming of Zhang. All guys do that. They never even look at me. You wouldn't happen to be jealous of Zhang, would you? Of course not. I don't even care about... As fun as this is, I do feel a little bad for Unji. Should try and cheer her up some. It's obvious she has trouble connecting with people. Relax, Unji. I wasn't daydreaming of Zhang or even you. Believe it or not, guys do think of other things than girls from time to time. Is that true? Of course. Sometimes I think about food, too. Smack. I hate you. I don't believe you. You're too cute to truly hate someone. So are we going to the museum or directly to the ship? I promised you to Pueblo, so we'll go there first. It's a tiny ass ship. She grabs my hand and starts leaning towards the harbor off the Botong River. Sure enough, there's an old Navy ship moored there. However, it doesn't look like much of a combat vessel. Even a marine like myself can tell that the ship lacks any modern equipment. It seems to only be armed with 2 Malduses or Browning 50 caliber machine guns and plate company. Impressive feat capturing a Navy ship. I suppose capturing a combat ship from the second best Navy in the world is sort of an accomplishment. I hate to rain on your poop deck, but that's not a combat ship. Just how would you know, Mr. Army Ranger Boy? First, I'm not a ranger, and I'm not even in the army. Secondly, look at some of the decks. They're too low. Get into close combat and the ship could be boarded easily, and the weaponry appears defensive at best. Well then, if it's not for combat, what would this ship be used for? I can't say for certain, but give me a guess, I'd say it started out as a supplier cargo ship. The low decks would serve well for tossing stuff on and off. That's ridiculous. Why would a supply ship be stationed anywhere near Korean waters? I don't know. When was it captured? January 1968. Wait, that's like Vietnam era, not Korean. What the hell? That makes sense. That's close to the Vietnam War. A ship like this would be adequate for reconnaissance missions. So it was meant to be a spy ship after all. Damn, I hope that was just a rumor. Pray not. If it was caught in the Pacific around Japan or Korea, 1968, it was likely intended to gain info from radio frequencies. It wasn't Japan. The American ship clearly violated Korean waters. You'll see when we get to the gallery. Probably not. For long, we're taking on board the Pueblo. Well, entering, I had to admit that they kept the boat in pretty decent shape. They didn't repair any of the damage from the gunfire, but the outside is clean and the decks appear okay. I guess it could have been worse, seeing as you've kept the ship in decent shape. Of course we did. It would be much of a museum if it was in bad condition. North Korea, yes it would. Actually drones on a bit about how the utmost care was taken by the Korean Navy to keep the ship in tip-top shape. I head over to starboard side, which faces the water. Looking over gives a stark contrast to the clean facade one gets entering the ship. Starboard side is rustling over and shows no sign of repair in ages. Not even a coat of paint to try and hide the contempt the Koreans feel for the vessel. Bastards. Hey Unji, your Navy does know there are two sets of ship, right? Of course they do, even I know that. Port and starboard, what about it? Your port side looks fine, but it doesn't look like you've touched the starboard side since you acquired the ship. No one ever looks over there anyway. Leave it to you to be the one person to walk over and check the side no one cares about. Come on now, you said it was a symbol of your country's greatest victories. Couldn't you put a little effort into reserving it if it's so damn important? Nope. Can't be bothered. The front looks good. Inside is fine. Who cares about the backside? You're just offended S-man everywhere. My anaconda don't. Anaconda don't. Anaconda don't want none unless you got buns, hon. Whatever. Are you coming to check the inside or what? There's art and photos as well as some of the materials the crew had left behind. Don't care. Since most of the capture material has been declassified now, the Workers' Party has placed the original documents back in the code room. It'd be kind of cool to see what the crew was trying to learn. Unji, waste no time, grab my hand and drag me into the inner portions of the ship. On the walls hang mostly paintings and a couple pictures, each depicting part of Korea's narrative of the events in 1968. Even just a cursory glance shows that their version of the story is dubious at best. Actually, that's probably doing the word dubious a disservice, since dubious implies a very small chance that there is truth behind that truth being told. That's why I say this is a load of bullshit. Hey Unji, do you really think the American ship's situated itself right there just offshore of the mainland like this painting depicts? Of course, you brazen Americans think you can steal right in front of people. Well, our Navy showed you how we feel about spies in true Korea. Yeah, I'm sorry, we may be brazen, but we're not idiots. Oh, ooh, got a message. And back. Nothing else, notification. Yeah, don't care. And why is the captain of the crew wearing just his silkies and a wife beater while holding a half-empty bottle of Grand Style whiskey? Well, maybe that part is a two for the mark, if Gunny is any example. But seriously, the painting over here depicts the crew playing shuffleboard. When the ship was actually invading a coastline, wouldn't they have burned all the documents that they thought there was a chance of being captured? There. Right back to this. How should I know? If this is your country's idea of world's second best navy, you aren't holding much of a standard for the rest of the world. Was Russia's navy a bunch of vodka-drinking bears and rowboats? Shouldn't say anything as we walk over to where the very few photos are. And one is what looks like a bunch of Korean guys having fun playing poker, and another is what appears to be the command crew or the Pabloon group shot. Hey Unji, this photo here appears to be a bunch of Koreans playing card games. What does that have to do with anything? The ones in the middle are the Americans that were on the ship when we captured it. The photo shows themselves having a good time with our countrymen and how well they were treated in captivity as negotiations ensued. Yeah, not seeing it. I don't see any Americans in this picture at all. I mean, yeah, we are a pretty big melting pot of different ethnicities, but there's no way we had that many Asian crew members back then. And we could have. I know, this is exciting, isn't it? Anyways, back to the game. Oh, I don't even see any black guys in this photo. I mean, not to be silly, but there's no way these are the actual crew members. Clearly you aren't looking hard enough. Those six in the middle are absolutely American. I don't think we're going to agree on this. There's nothing to agree to. Facts are facts, and that picture says 100 words. We really need to work on your slang. Dropping the subject of why Korea thought it could pass off their Navy crew as ours, I turned to the group photo. A few of them sitting as a group. Ha 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 ha! This is real. Like, this is something that actually happened. Like, oh look how well we're treating our people, and they were all flipping the bird. Yes, this is an actual thing that happened. God, this game's getting even better. You guys actually look like American crew, so this must be a propaganda photo. Look closer, I noticed something about the crew members. Something that they're doing that changes my opinion on at least these sailors. Those glorious bastards. Way to go, boys. This Marine salutes you. Absolute madmen. Yes! Because this is a real thing! They actually did that! What are you rambling on about now? Look at the sailors in this photo. See how they're all stationed their hands so that their middle finger is extended towards the camera? That's pure gold. Oh, you mean the Hawaiian good luck sign? Yes, the sailors said they were treated so well they wanted to extend well wishes to our Navy members. After all, they knew what they did was wrong, but it wasn't their fault. Orders are orders, right? Better and better. It appears the Koreans, at least at the time, had no idea the sailors were telling them to go fuck off in secret. And even if they found out, they're still telling new generations of military members the American lied to prevent embarrassment. I tend to crush this misconception, but then playing along with it might be entertaining as well. Let's play along with it. I've been trying to do like the good guy route this whole time, so we'll do the good guy route still. I say I ended up going to hell if I were to play along with this government-sponsored fallacy. However, I figure North Korea is probably close to the first stage of hell anyway, so why miss it by inches? It's been a long time since that hand gesture was used by Americans, but back during the 60s and 70s, it was really popular. Maybe I misjudged you Americans. I mean, it couldn't have been pleasant for the sailors to be stuck in a foreign land for months on end. But they made the best of it and even offered good wishes to their hosts. Hosts, right. Anyway, hand signals have been pretty popular at different times in American history. It's well known that Ben Franklin gave the first thumbs up after he was made Postmaster General of the United States. Any hand signals being used today? Of course, I'll show you a couple. I split my fingers so that my pointer finger and middle finger are apart in a V shape. That's pretty dexterous of you to do that. What does it mean? We kind of stole it from one of the Brits and gave it our own meaning. If you show it to someone, it means you wish them well. It's kind of a peace sign. It was popular with a lot of bands back in the 60s. Got any more? Nah, the Hawaiian good luck sign is probably all you'll ever need if you visit me back home. Great, let's go see the artifacts and documents then. Wenji nods and then leads the way to the code room. We enter into the code room of the Pueblo. In doing so, it's like I step back into the 1960s. There's a broken blacklight on the floor and several accompanying posters of the doors on the wall. There's some pin-up girl posters as well, but it looks like someone took marker and drew clothing over the naughty bits. Somehow that was one of the original sailors who did that. And I think I see an old lava lamp on one of the tables as well. Yay! I used to have one. I miss it. I miss you, boo. Either those Navy guys really were in their own little world, or this is Korean's anti-American Navy propaganda at work. I'm not sure which it is, though. This was the main room where the sailors would attempt to capture Korean government secrets. They attempted to destroy the evidence before they were boarded, but only succeeded partway. What was seized by our sailors was taken and immediately put into a vault. It's only just been released to place back here for viewing. It's over on the counter there. Great! Guess I'll take a look and see what our boys were trying to find out back in 1968. Head over to where Unji pointed, or through a small pile of documents and binders that I'm sure are all fake. There doesn't appear to be anything too creating upon first glance. Mostly coordinates of where the ship was at. What time and day, various da-da-da. A small amount of data on the original leader included. Nothing that likely wasn't already public knowledge. Okay, maybe the scribble about him having the like, but I'm guessing the sailor wrote that in before getting captured as a bit of defiance. There's also a familiar looking green binder. It's old and discolored, but it's definitely something you could pick up at the post exchange. Guess they haven't updated that model in a few decades or so. I wonder what's inside. Flipping through, I can't help but laugh. I'm not sure why you find material of your country spying on us funny. Can't tell me what is so amusing? This binder doesn't have anything to do with Korea at all. She comes over and takes a look at the contents. Of course it is. Look at these X's and O's and diagrams. Clearly this is a war journal that the Navy intended to... They were playing tic-tac-toe. That the United States Army intended to use to attack the United States Navy. I understand what you mean. Why would your army attack your navy? This war journal is an army playbook from the 1967 football team. Ah! I was thinking tic-tac-toe, but alright. No wonder Navy won that year. They'd had the playbook and could formulate a defense against the Army's offense. You mean to tell me this is a dumb playbook for your lame American version of football? Pretty much. Here's one way to hide the theft. Stick the playbook on a ship out in the Pacific. Not a bad idea. You could probably get a small fortune from selling this to a collector. This place is starting to lose some of its luster. Can we go home soon? I meander around a little bit, but there's nothing that's all that damning. I probably could have done without having seen a crew member's molding. We did get a late start. How soon will the driver be here? I'll text him and find out. I know. Exciting. Alright, back. Sorry. Just on a few minutes later, phone vibrates in response. It'll be about 30 minutes. I go to say something, but my stomach rumbles before I get any words out. Sounds like you're hungry. Yeah, I guess so. Anywhere we can grab some grub around here? There's meat on a stick cart outside where we arrived. It's probably rat meat. Hey, if you don't have, hey, you've never had rat, don't knock it till you try it. Well, I've tried it, my friends, and I'll never smoke weed with Willie again. Wait, wrong song. I'll season all that well, but it's cooked properly and should tide us over until we get home. Lead the way, Unji. Another message. Alright, sorry. She smiles and grabs my hand, leading me back to where we were dropped off. Sure enough, there's a food cart there offering meat on a stick. Maybe the first place I've been to that doesn't offer kimchi as a dish. Brought a couple sticks and hand one to Unji. You don't have to pay for mine. I can buy my own, you know. I wanted to, okay? I don't quite understand, but thank you. We eat our meat in silence. When finished, Unji turns to me and breathes deeply before speaking. I'm sorry if you were uncomfortable with today's dates. I know it can't be easy seeing a symbol of your country sitting captured in foreign waters. It does suck a little, but hey, it's just the Navy's old boat. I still had fun. I'm glad to hear it. I had a good time as well. Unji blushes and makes a rough attempt at speaking English. You... Me, is very good. Thank you. I don't know what she's trying to say. You is a very good... that's thank you. Very good. He'll laugh and smile at her. For all the insults and jest, she's not that bad. No problem, Unji. She smiles and closes her eyes. Minutes later, a driver arrives and we get in the back seat. And a few minutes later, Unji's eyes are closed and she's resting her head on my chest. I think these girls have narcolepsy or something. Maybe I'm just comfortable to them. Beats me. Guess I'll nap until we get home too. Shh. 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 These past few days have gone by so quickly, especially because of the places I've gone with these two girls. It's kind of nice to kick back and relax a little after having another of Unji's meals. Must admit, she does a great job with limited food they have here in North Korea. Only thing is, now there's too much time to kill, nothing to do. Zhang and Unji are sitting reading books. I'm just here on the floor describing what's going on in my head. Hey, didn't you two have a radio somewhere? Maybe there's something we can listen to. Yes, we do have a radio. Actually, KCBC should be airing Voice of Korea soon. Voice of Korea? What's this? It's mostly news and music, and the reading of original leaders' memoirs. That's the best radio program. You'll love it. I suppose it's better than staring at the ceiling. Can we tune in? Certainly. Let me go get the radio. I suppose it would be a good idea to listen to the news, see if anything has happened recently. Maybe your government finally apologized for your aggressive stance against our glorious leader. You probably shouldn't hold your breath. I have no intention of holding my breath. It's... never mind. I think I hear Zhang mumbling something about the antenna not being put back inside the radio correctly. Pretty sure she's paired it with an unflattering comment about the nature of her sister's tidiness. Unji, how many times do I have to tell you to push the antenna back into the radio so it doesn't get bent or broken? How do we know I was going to do to last use the radio? Adele is at the Korean soap opera station. You're the only person who listens to it. You have a soap opera station? Yes, well, the stories are very moving. The latest episode of Pathway to Pyongyang had its big finale last week. I'll pass on a summary. How about we just turn on the radio? Yes, that is a good choice. You don't want to get Unji on about her soaps. Zhang starts setting up the radio while Unji mutters something about putting arsenic in the next batch of kimchi. Good thing she probably can't get her hands on any. They have a hard time enough getting food, let alone exotic poisons. Looks like they got an old 80s style boombox complete with a double cassette deck. Alright. The record button on the deck too is missing though, probably for the best. I don't think they play anything current here anyways. Then with a Dao, Zhang finally gets a signal. And almost immediately she snaps her attention when hearing the marching music come through. Unji has done the same thing. I guess I'd best stand as well. Yeah, 3 national anthems? Not be sir, only the first song was our national anthem, the other 2 were songs for the original leader and son of the original leader. So in essence you have 3 anthems. I imagine a 4th in the works for the glorious leader. Yes, I would think glorious leader will be getting an anthem as well. I'd consider starting a really comfortable shoe company for all the standing I'll have to do. Though I don't think a government would let me start a business. Ha ha ha, so funny, Mr. Smarty Mouth, at least ours are original. Your country set its anthem to a British drinking tune. Well, at least it's not the German anthem, that one is actually a drinking tune. Well, depending on your so-called friends, I guess. Hush you two, the news is about to start. This is the Voice of Korea. I'm your host, Bi-gu Wong. Is that a real name? The guy definitely had a rough childhood. Wait, was it Bi-gu Wong? Because in Japanese, all I's are pronounced as E. Yeah. In today's top story, Glorious Leader has declared the next 2 days as a national holiday. To celebrate his triumph with the American dictator and trade negotiations. In this momentous victory, Glorious Leader said to have secured a trade deal with the American idiot-in-chief, in exchange for vastly superior armaments. While the details are still unclear, it appears he has sent a small payment to the headwing nut. But the Americans' claim is their newest weapon, the ID-10T... God damn it! Idiot! Missile system. Let us all hold a moment of silence and awe at the Glorious Leader's negotiation skills. I can try to sell the Glorious some chem-laid batteries if I ever bump into him. We got 2 days off! We can do something together! We've already done things together, like play Yeah, that's a stupid Monopoly game. I think she means we can have a group date together. But sister, I thought we were supposed to... We've done that for 3 days now. We're really at the point in time where we should have a group outing. Guess it seems like this. Another 4th wall. Let me see if I have this correct. 3 days we've gone on single guild dates as one of us and James. And now because we're about to enter day 4, it's required that we have a group outing? Yes, sister, that is how it's done. It just sounds so scripted. Well, sometimes you do have to plan things out. Precisely, so for the next 2 days, it shall be all 3 of us together, sharing the good times and making memories. So where are we going this trip? Don't think about this for a bit. And how did we again focus on the ongoing broadcast over the radio? Well, our generals couldn't reach an agreement with the Russian President Vladimir Putin on a summit date. The hope is that Russia will meet with us soon to discuss our next shipment of voluntary laborers to Siberia. That's not a joke, sadly. Turning to entertainment news, Glorious Leader announced he will put on a concert tour next year. Sorry. Goddamn. Throat's killing me. Sorry. There, and we're back. Voluntary attendance is considered mandatory and fun will be had by all. Dates to be announced soon. Mandatory voluntary attendance, in the Corps we call that being voluntold. God, that sounds like Miss Lee from Daria. Glorious Leader has a wonderful singing voice that is an honor to be able to attend his concerts. I hope I do not get wall duty again when Pyongyang dates are announced. Yes, you were really upset last time. I'll see about switching shifts with you if that happens. You do that for me? Of course, Unji. You are my precious younger sister, and I want the best the world can offer for you. Thank you, sister. You're always looking out for me. It is touching to see how much Jean cares for Unji. I'll sometimes wonder if she goes too far and ignores her own wants or needs. Now, a word from our sponsors. Sponsors, I didn't think your government would love for something so capitalist. You won't be hearing ads for sweatshop sneakers or designer medicines. What kind of commercial will I be hearing? The only thing that deserves to be advertised. I should have known. No, really, I should have known. Good evening, citizens of best Korea. Truly, you are graced to live here. The bountiful land of plenty is sent by the divinity of original leader to his grandson, our glorious leader. He alone has the wisdom to direct our country to its rightful ascension as rulers of the world. But he is not alone in this eternal struggle against the forces of those who occupy all of this lands, especially our birthright land to the south. The Workers' Party, the only party that represents all its citizens anywhere on Earth, assists our glorious leader as he stares down the threats the world poses to us. Together, glorious leader and the Worker Party will lead our nation to total triumph over the evil forces of the United States and its enabler allies. Remember to support your Workers' Party by saluting our brave military members who will do battle on our behalf. True Korea prevail! Man, I thought the commercials in America were long-winded. That was... Are you crying, Unji? That was poetry. Beautiful poetry. I'm so happy to be part of our destiny. Okay. Well, Jean? Sorry, I was just lost in thought, trying to figure out where to go for our outing. We won't get out of the city and go somewhere else. I could use a change in scenery. I considered that option. Oh, another message. And back. Oh no, we're not going camping again. Never, never, ever again. Say anything about camping? You did. You just a change of scenery from a city. Well, yeah, but I never said it had to be camping. Don't mind Unji. She's hated camping since she was in Young Pioneer League. All the other kids threw her camping gear in the river after she shot them with a pellet gun. Psst, it's not like they didn't deserve it. Unji stuck out her tongue. Regardless, we aren't going camping, Unji, so you can relax. Thank goodness, we only have one tent anyway, and it's only designed for 2 people. I would make the trip rather cozy. Not even! You'd be sleeping under the stars. At least give me a sleeping bag, right? We only have 2, sorry. We'd pack some extra blankets from the depot, but regardless, we aren't going camping. And where are we going? Zhang brings over the map she's been studying and points to an area on the eastern point of the Chinese-Korean border. Yeah, I can pronounce that. Mountain. We will be spending our trip there. A mountain? Not just any mountain, it's the most sacred mountain in all of Korea. Original leader's son was born atop the mountain. It also served as an important encampment in our country's struggles against the evil Nipponese. Boring. Enough history. Mountain has lots of gorgeous waterfalls as well as some natural hot springs. Hot springs? You gotta be kidding me. It's a Japanese dating simulator. Well, Korean dating simulator. There's a good sense it's always cold up there. Glad you mentioned that. We'll be staying at a small little-known hot spring cottage near Lake Chong. Sounds like a fun little outing, perfect for a group date. And our final story tonight. It has come to the Workers' Party attention that there are potentially still Western sympathizers in the ranks. This leader is investigating into this and our appropriate actions will be taken. Have a lovely holiday. Those 2 things don't really go together. Who cares? Regardless up, we've got to catch a train and then take a car tomorrow to get to our destination. And we still need to pack. That's true, sister. Let's all get ready for the trip. Well, I'm already packed, but some extra sleep wouldn't hurt. Yes, you'll want to be full of energy for this trip. Sleep is essential. Good night, Unji. Looks like the next 2 days are all set. I'm looking forward to it. Time to hit the sack and get ready for this 2-day excursion. That's where we'll be going, huh? Oh, yeah, I guess we'll call it a day here. Don't know, I'm not exactly sure how long this game is. Hopefully we're getting near the end, I think. Well, these aren't very long. And again, it's like, this is the humor. And it's like, Doki Doki was amazing for its just psychological horror. This game is amazing for its humor. So was Parents of Models. Now that Gunny was in it, like, yes. And I just love that they had that true thing of where, like, the soldiers were all flipping the bird. And it's like, that's something that actually happened. That is awesome. But yes, as always, like, subscribe, comment down below, and have a wonderful day.